Ready?
Nope. Okay, go ahead.
The March 2nd, 2026 meeting of the North Olmsted Building and Zoning Board of Appeals will come to order at 7 p.m. I ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ms. Wilson, will you take the roll, please?
Mr. Mackey?
Here.
Mr. Ammons?
Here.
Ms. Glotno?
Here.
Ms. Schuler?
Here.
Okay, we have quorum. For all the business before the board this evening, wish to advise you that each board member has viewed the premises involved in the case. Each case will be judged on the physical situation peculiar to itself, so that in no way is a judgment rendered considered to be a general policy affecting all properties and situations elsewhere. 3 votes are required for approval. Cases will be called in order of the agenda. When your case is called, please come to the podium and give your name, include spelling and address. Also, if anyone present is interested in the case being presented and wants to be heard on that particular case, please come forward at the same time and give your name, including spelling of the name and address as well. Our first case on the agenda tonight is case number 388-2026, Culvers at 24941 Country Club Boulevard. Anybody who wishes to present on that case, would you please step up to the podium and I'll swear you in. Okay, if you could raise your right hand, please. And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Could you state your name, spell it, and address?
Andy Schall, S-C-H-A-L-L, 7965 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. I represent, with Kimley Horn, representing the client here, Country Club Dirt Holdings. They're a subsidiary of Clark Business Solutions, who's a franchisee for Culvers. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Wilson, could you give the staff report?
Sure. So we have a proposal for a new drive-through restaurant at the site. So we have one variance request, which is a variance to allow for a reduction in the number of off-street parking spaces required for a drive-through restaurant to 1 per 75 square feet. The reference for the ordinance is table 1161.03-1, which are parking requirements by use, which are drive-through restaurant 1 per 30 square feet.
Okay. Would you please state your case at this time, sir?
Sure. So again, appreciate the opportunity to come before you. Culvers, as you know, are you all familiar with Culvers?
Yes, we are, sir.
Their number 1, number 2, and number 3 priorities are hospitality. And as such, they don't build 1,800 square feet, 2,000 square foot building. They build the size of building that you typically see for a sit-down restaurant. This particular building that's being proposed is a little north of 4,300 gross square feet, which puts the occupiable area at 3,870 square feet of usable area. And with that, spread the tables out, right? In total, in this building, there's 33 tables. So even when you consider the 6 to 8 folks on a shift, 33 tables plus the 6 to 8 folks on a shift, even if you account for shift change, is nowhere close to the number of parking spaces that you get if you calculate based on the 1 per 30 UFA in the code. And so, had that conversation with Max when he was here and understand that, there's been some discussion about updating the parking code, or at least the parking table within the existing code. And I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to, simply state that based on maximum parking that we counted, that my firm counted, on behalf of this franchisee, we recommend somewhere around 50 parking spaces for the site. The eight current locations that we counted on weekends, we counted during the holidays, we counted middle of the week. 48 parking spaces was the maximum occupied for same size Culver's building, same type of drive-through operation. And so with that, and trying to conform with the table in 1161, requesting the 1 per 75 UFA, which is in line with the number of seats that we're providing, or the number of tables that we're providing, and the building as it's proposed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Groh, do you have anything to add at this time?
Thank you, sir. Just a note that under 1161, it's per use is the calculation, which kind of takes us out of the issue of the current zoning, which there's a zoning ordinance pending that is to allow the use that's being proposed. You don't have to get into that, but I just wanted to make it clear that that other ordinance is still coming through the process right now. And what you're talking about tonight is the use. So it's assumed that it's zoned and it's appropriate and it's been fully approved for a drive-through restaurant. So that's all, just to make a note of that, but I don't have any objection.
Okay. All right, do you have anything else to add, sir?
Only based on the surrounding uses and the commercial type neighborhood being the mixed use, we feel that this proposed use is, and the parking reduction we're asking for is well in line with the surroundings and will not be a detriment. In fact, we know that it will be an enhancement to the community. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. Okay, at this time, I'm going to open the floor to my fellow board members to ask questions of the applicant or to ask questions of staff.
I have, actually, I don't know if it's one of the staff or but when I looked at the plans, it seemed there was some additional space behind the restaurant, in between your drive-through lane and the highway. Is that correct? If you, and what's your intention of use for that? Yeah, if you could scroll down a little bit. Yeah, that land right there. What's your intention for use for that land right there?
Landscape.
It's all going to be landscape. So it was parking. You're going to dig that up and remove it.
Correct.
And so what? Just out of curiosity, just playing devil's advocate for a minute, what would stop you from putting in a few parking spots back there so you could make the ordinance if we needed it to, put in a few more spots?
Well, you're talking about 79 more spots.
Well, you've accounted for about what, 50 now?
54 plus the order waiting, correct. In discussions with staff and the city engineer, we understood that there were some stormwater management issues in the area and a desire from staff and from the city engineer to see an impervious area reduction. We don't need any more parking spaces or order waiting spaces than are shown here to operate this restaurant effectively and for the betterment of the community. The remainder of the site can be green space for the benefit of reduced stormwater management, reduced heat island, etc.
So you're going to just take that out then? So okay, and you just from your information, you just feel that additional parking is just unnecessary would not be to any advantage to the
Correct.
business.
It would sit empty.
That's my main question.
Do we have any further questions for the applicant?
I do have a question. This reduction, would it impact the number of handicap spaces?
No.
So you'd still have the same amount that you would if you were meeting the code as it stood?
We could do that. We'd have no objection to adding additional handicap spaces. Currently, we have what's required for 54, but we'd have no objection to adding a couple of more ADA spaces if that was the will of this board.
What is the number that you have now,
Uh,
as written?
Sorry, can you zoom out there? I think we have 3. So we'd need to add maybe another 3, which could easily be done along the front side of that building. The intention is to have this curb be flush with the building, so additional handicap spaces would not be an issue. I don't remember the code offhand. I think it's 5 for 129. So we'd be talking about adding 2 more. I think it's 5.
I have a question for Mr. Grow. Concerning the issue of handicap parking spaces, are there any restrictions on handicap parking spaces? And if additional handicap parking spaces are put into that plan, that would probably, in my estimation, require more ADA ramp on the curbs and what have you.
Mr. Chairman, and I think he just indicated that there was it was flush. Is that what you indicated? Elevation was flush.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this whole area is 0 barrier, and so
They would be painting the spaces is all it would be.
correct.
Yeah.
Everything in this area is being designed at that less than 2% in all directions. It would be required to have ADA spaces there. So again, we're looking to cooperate with this board and others as we go through the process. So very minimal, other than some
Signage and paint.
signage and paint. Exactly.
So
Okay.
there's no reason that they can do that if they choose to.
Right.
Just one other thought. I've been doing this a pretty long time. One of the things I always found was interesting is when we don't run restaurants, right? And so I tend to give a great deal of deference to the people that run these things because they understand if they don't have enough parking, they're going to take a hit because people won't want to deal with not having parking spaces. They won't want to deal with traffic flow problems in and out of there. We've got some other very busy locations in North Olmsted that sometimes you can't go there. There's cars all over the place. So I tend to look at it like these guys kind of know what they need to get the job done. And more could be done. You could put in a whole field of parking, but we've got that all over North Olmsted. We've got empty parking lots. Clegg and Lorraine, down there by it used to be the Sears outlet. Now it's it's a True Value down there, right?
Yes.
Parking lot's huge,
Mhm.
right? I guarantee there's spots on that lot that have never seen a vehicle in 30 years. It's enormous, but the code said build it. So I think sometimes I'm inclined to, for my 2 cents worth, to think that the people that best know how to do that, because again, if you have a bad parking situation, people will stop coming. They don't want the headache. If the flow's not working, if you can't get out of the driveway, you can't move. No, you don't want to deal with it. So, for what it's worth, if he believes that a couple extra handicap parking spaces could be a benefit to your clientele. I mean, not doing it for the sake of doing it, but if you think and because it's there, it's convenient, it would be beneficial to your clients, customers. Well, great, why not? I don't know if we necessarily have to make them do that because they've got a number in there, but if he wants to do that, and size it up and thinks it could be of value, all right, why not? I'd kind of leave that up to you, to be honest with you. You offered it, but I mean, is that something you feel you want to make it, because they'll make it a requirement, so it'll go from your offer to a mandatory thing.
restaurant with drive-through or some other commercial retail, the ADA requirements transcend North Olmsted. They transcend Ohio. What I would say is give us the opportunity to stick to what we've got. And if we find, just like the law director indicated, if we find that there's a demand for more than 3, it's paint and signage.
Yeah.
And we've solved the issue. Because again, go back to where I started. First, second, third priority is hospitality, right? And so if we're making folks with ADA placards walk across drive aisles and things like that, that's not very hospitable. And so we'll address that. I will commit to that on behalf of our client, that we'll address that before it becomes an issue. Thank you.
Are there any further questions or comments for the applicant?
Questions?
Okay. With that said, could I have a motion and a second, please?
I will make a motion that case number 388-2026 Calvers at 24941 Country Club Boulevard. I will make a motion that their appeal be approved. Their request be approved.
I second.
Okay. Okay, at this time, we can deliberate the application. Who would like to start?
So I think they're proposing, based on existing data, to make this a successful location, so I'd be in favor. They're going off their existing locations and operating, so.
Yeah, well, you know what, I agree, actually. You know, if they're saying this is what they need, I also agree with Mr. Garreau. You know what, if they got a problem, then it's gonna end up being their problem, because it's gonna be them that takes the hit. I mean, I hate to see a business, you know, to sort of leave that go, to be that, to say it that way, because if they take a hit, one of their options is to leave the city again, because they don't want to have to re-deal with additional parking, you know, costs and so forth. So that would leave another empty building. But if they're saying that that's what they need, I believe him. I have no reason to disbelieve what he has. So, and they do have additional space in the back, which I was concerned about. If they really are dying, they can reconvert some of that space back into there for their employee parking or something. So that if necessary, they can certainly do a little bit of that too, without altering too much or without disturbing their business. They can get a crew back in there and deal with it. So I'm unconcerned really about the fact with that. So I'm happy to approve it as it stands.
Okay. Ms. Schuler, comment?
I just appreciate the commitment to revisiting the handicap spots if needed, and I see no issues with it beyond that.
Okay, thank you. I can concur with all of you. Anytime we can bring a new business into the city, I think it's good to have the welcome mat out, and just to make sure that everybody understands how the siting's going to be, how the traffic flow will work, and how the customers will be able to interact with the business. So it's a very positive thing. Ms. Wilson, would you take the roll at this point?
Mr. Ammons,
Yes.
Ms. Glatnow,
Yes.
Ms. Schuler,
Yes.
Mr. Mackey.
Yes. Okay, the motion has passed with unanimous consent, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other new business to bring up before the board? Okay, with that, we'll adjourn the meeting at 7:19.